Hey everyone, I know it's spring, but it's never too early to think about harvest. Gearinghoff is head of the class no matter the crop, making premium harvesting heads for all your harvesting needs. Check them out at gearinghoff.com.
But, it's funny. I posted a few TikToks of me hauling and stuff, and people say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be managing. Your time's more valuable than sitting in the semi. But it's what I enjoy doing, so I'm going to do it.
And why can't you still manage from the semi?
Well, right, you can.
There is a podcast in Iowa, Farm4Profit was named by they. Fate stirred up a banker near, then quick came an auctioneer. Making profit was their first goal, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. These formats shook us to our core. With Farm4Fun, you will not snore. The banker set all mics to on, and the mullet of podcasts was born. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. Before we knew, conversations grew. Growing corn even said F you. So won't you join Tenor, Dave, Corey, and crew? Please like, share, review. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go.
Hey, listeners, welcome back to the Farm4Profit Podcast. This is Tanner Winterhoff.
This is Corey Hillebo.
And this is David Whitaker.
You guys rock. Just purely thank you for the support, the feedback that you've been giving us. Keep sending it our way. 515-207-9640 has been a blast. The amount of crap you guys are giving me via text message.
Yeah. You can call, leave him a voicemail, or text him. He loves random pictures of things.
I think it needs to be.
I do not like random. I'm starting to feel like a young single female on TikTok for the amount of stuff that's getting sent here.
I tried to find you a word. It's 515-207-YO40.
Yo40.
Yo40. That's all. That's like the only thing you can make out.
Yeah, you weren't here last time. We talked about that when and they're like, we can't even spell anything with that.
Yo, that's all you got.
Good
Yo
job,
40.
Tanner. You're so creative.
Yeah, absolutely. The number that Google assigned to us. Yeah. All right, listeners, you can tell this is a fun episode. You know the difference between fun and profit, so we're here to have a good time. And I didn't even do it the right way. Hold on.
Yeah. Cut this in.
Oh, bush. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. But first, our listener review is brought to you by BW Fusion. Just a reminder that when you sign up for at least 500 acres of their 401 microbial team or Meltdown, you get one free field in their BW 365 program when mentioning Farm4Profit. Dave, who is the listener review?
I think it's one of my favorite reviews so far. Thanks for running my battery down when I binge listen all the time. And that came via email from Wisconsin. Jacob in Wisconsin, we are glad to run your battery down.
He sent that via email. Are you running the battery down on your computer?
Oh, that's even better.
You can email from your phone, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of us are texting.
You know what? I think someone should send us a letter. You do have an address? Google address?
We don't have an address. We'll have to get a P.O. box.
Yep. Don't forget to check out bw-fusion.com for all your microbiological needs.
Say that again. Micro what?
Biological needs.
So this is an episode that I am looking forward to. I mean, I say that all the time, but like I'm really looking forward to this one.
It's been on the list for a while. It's about time we get it done. You ready? On this week's Farm4Fun show, we head east for a very special guest. She has a tremendously entertaining and growing TikTok account, still has her county fair pig from 10 years ago somehow, from a high-flying cheerleader for the Ohio State University to taking over her family's farm. From Crawford County, Ohio, the new super fan of the podcast, Miss Zoe Kent.
All right.
Woo! She's doing her whole cheerleading dance right now.
It's giving me PTSD. This is what you ran onto the field with. You had to be like running and jumping at the same time. So I'm already getting sweaty.
So how do you get fired up to something like that? That was a pretty lackluster school song.
What? No, that's a great song.
I don't think so. Corey, did you feel like that?
No, so I listened to it last night, and I'm like, this is their fight song?
Oh my gosh. You have to
There was, like,
Google
no
the
fight.
cheerleaders doing the dance. It's like they're hopping, skipping, jumping around. It's like a free-for-all.
It is like, I don't think any fight song is, it's not something you're like a banger that you're going to play while you're working out, but it's the atmosphere when you're in the stadium, right?
And no, I'm not going to Google cheerleaders dancing to Ohio State song because my wife's going to pull up my search history.
That's how you get fired.
That's why you get fired at work. Hold on, let's see if it compares here.
See, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, she probably doesn't even know that one. That's Big 12. She's Big 10. All right, that's enough.
I like how the lyrics are literally rah, rah,
I do
rah.
feel like that one's a little bit more upbeat, but I don't know. She probably knows the Iowa fight song more than that one.
We don't care about that one.
So it doesn't matter when you're Ohio State and you're freaking rule everybody. So anyway, back to Zoe. What is going on, Zoe? Can I call you Zoe?
Not much. You can call me. Yep. Zoe or Zoe is fine. It is confusing because there's no Y, so people think my name is Zoe, but my parents just decided to make it difficult with the ZOE. Yep. But we're doing nothing around here. We got all ready to go for planting, and we just keep getting rain. So
I feel
we're just finding little projects.
I can't remember who the TikToker was that put out that TikTok that, this is costing us money, because we're sitting in the shops and then we're finding these projects that we haven't done forever. We go to town and we're buying things. And yesterday it actually cost my dad. He broke his leg in the shop.
What?
Yep. Stepped on a creeper. And went for a skateboard ride and broke his leg.
Aren't you supposed to like sit and lay down on creepers, not step on them?
Yeah. So I don't know what the heck he was doing, but definitely costing us more than money now.
So like femur or
tibia.
Yeah.
It's your shin bone.
Shin bone.
Yep. Ooh. And a fracture in the ankle.
Ouch.
Surgery today went good.
Oh, it did go good.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
That made me shiver. I broke my arm. Zoe, have you had any broken bones?
Yes. I was doing a cartwheel and I broke my hand.
On TikTok?
No, not on TikTok. When I was in high school, I was technically doing like a more sophisticated tumbling pass. But basically, when I stuck my hand down on the ground, my fingers landed first. So I just gave myself a little break in the hand.
See, I broke both bones in my right arm when I was 7. But ever since then, anytime anybody talks about it, like I get the chills. Like even you just describing that with your fingers into the ground, that doesn't do it for me.
Did it hurt when you broke your bones?
Well, I don't remember. I was 7. I'm so glad I was 7.
Every time I broke both my arms, the foot, and all that, every time I've broken a bone, I felt like it never hurt. I was just like, oh, that's not right. And then when I sprained my ankle, it's like,
I remember it didn't get set right the first time, so they had to re-break it and put the pins in.
That is bad.
And the pin period, because they were in, you had to have a splint because you could wash it and keep it clean. That I do remember crying in the bathtub as I was taking my bath for how bad my arm hurt.
You were like, what, 25 at this time?
Yesterday?
I'm all healed up. We're good to go.
So did you guys see is it Q Keneally that posted the deal with Cartwheel and farm equipment? So are you rocking that? Like
she's like the leader,
the face of it.
Yeah.
Like winning the whole championship? Because I thought about getting in on that.
You should.
Well, you should. So the cutoff date is tomorrow. Oh. I'm not going to be entering because, not to brag, I can do a no-handed cartwheel, and I just have a feeling that no one else can. Ooh. I don't know. I could be wrong.
So you're talking aerial.
We're going to have to try a no-handed cartwheel.
I was just going to say, Corey, can you help me do a no-handed cartwheel?
I can do a backflip on a trampoline.
I can do a backflip off a tractor wheel.
I can do it on a pontoon boat.
But yeah, tomorrow is the deadline, so get your videos in. And my dad is judging, so.
Oh, well, he's definitely going to be biased. I have to do a no-handed cartwheel.
A no-handed.
You at least need to attempt because I think you might almost win even if you don't make it.
Well, I was more thinking like you're going to grab my waist and twirl me around.
Oh, boy.
Photo editing. We can make this happen.
Yeah, this is really smart to have this challenge right before planting so everyone gets injured right before.
You got a jib crane, don't you?
Yeah. Like an engine crane.
Wait, we could put it in the air and just edit it out.
Yeah. I was thinking about laying on the floor and you just film like I'm walking on the ground.
Oh.
We're going to make this happen, Zoe.
I was just going to
sounds
actually
good.
do it. Yeah.
All right. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. Corey did a high level in his less than stellar performance of an introduction. What is Zoe all about?
So this is my 6th year farming full time. It's an 8th generation farm, so we've been around a while. It's mostly just me. My dad helps, and we have one guy who works for us. We're corn and beans. It's kind of boring.
I wouldn't say that.
So, did you just say that you are a young woman and it's your farm?
Yes, as of January 1, it's mine.
So, are you like one in a million, or what's? You're definitely in a minority stake here, aren't you?
So I know one other lady who lives like an hour away from me that she owns her farm. That's the only person I know personally. I think there's a few out there.
Let's go back. So, growing up, the whole cheerleading and farming thing seems like a crazy, like an interesting combo. So, growing up, obviously you had to get into what, tumbling and all that. So, I guess give us the cheerleading story, and then we'll tie that into the farming story.
Okay, that started off with just doing gymnastics as a kid. Then in high school, I did cheerleading. I was pretty good at it for my small town. I had a coach reach out to me and say, hey, I think you should try out for college. Think you have the skills. And so in the high school level, you don't stunt, which is like when they throw the girls up in the air.
Yep.
So I had to travel an hour away every time I would get lessons and how to do that, but worked with some people from Ohio State. And so they kind of got me connected, went to their tryouts and made the team.
So, while you're learning all this, were you one of the kids on the farm growing up? Were you always involved, hanging out with Dad, doing stuff, or were you not that involved?
No, I was pretty involved. My mom was a stickler for education, so it was definitely homework first. Then in your free time, you could go help out Dad and stuff. And I worked in the summers as a kid for him. So
your degree was in cheerleading?
ag business.
Okay, just checking.
Minor in cheerleading.
Is ag biz? Is that ag slack? Is that what you called that?
No, that's ag studies.
That's ag studies.
Oh.
Yeah, which maybe I didn't even know Ohio State had a
Cheerleading group?
are they good at agriculture? I don't know.
We're pretty good at throwing. We're pretty good at throwing shade. If you haven't.
Yeah.
So, do the cheerleaders get access to the same tutoring and grades that football players get access to?
Yes. Same facilities. Pick your classes first, which you would think sounds, oh, that's great, but really you have a horrible schedule and you have to fit in whatever classes you can amongst it. Not much of a scholarship program for cheerleading there, but you get all the free shirts and stuff.
It's like a farmer. You get all the free shirts and hats.
Free hats.
No scholarships, but you got all the hats you can need.
Still pay full price for seed.
It's because these hats cost so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Salford's newest advancement in tillage technology, the Halo line of tillage implements, has been engineered with over 40 years of tillage innovation, offering a solution for everyone. And in 2022, Salford launched their Halo VRT, the newest generation of tillage implements, combining agronomic performance with new equipment technology for fast operation, ease of use, lower maintenance, and safer transport. Here is Jonathan, the corn producer from Kentucky, to share his thoughts.
First off, with the durability, it is super heavy made. Welds are really good on it. It's just built like a tank. And I tell you what, the wearability on the blades, we went over approximately 4,000 acres with this tool, and they're still 22 and a quarter. Speed is this thing's friend. 10 miles an hour to 12 miles an hour, it's almost like a different machine. And I especially like the narrowness of the roading ability. We had it behind a 500 Case IH quad, and you really didn't have to have a lead, and we have narrow roads down here in Kentucky. Yeah, on hill ground where we need to keep the residue, we'll straighten it up. On flat bottom ground, we'll angle it slightly to prepare that seed bed a little bit better. Main thing we're doing in the hill ground is just warming soil up to make the crop come up better, and maybe just doing a little bit of leveling. It's a very, very versatile tool. The Salford tool, or the quality of the equipment, is phenomenal. The rep was super good. I mean, anytime I called to have a question, he would always answer the phone. It was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had with a manufacturing company of a piece of equipment.
As a bonus, Farm for Profit listeners only special listeners here. Salford has an exclusive prize that you can win. And remember, that's go to salfordgroup.com, Farm4Profit. You get a chance to win a sweet, epic even, Orion Custom Salford Cooler package. It's going to come to you, of course, when the temperature is heating up. You can keep cool, you can look cool, put all your beverages in this sweet cooler. Go to salford.com /Farm4Profit and enter win this epic prize. Good luck.
All right, let's take a quick little break here. Dahl Distributing dropped off some beer. The first one, and sorry, Zoe, we didn't ship it out to you.
Well, we just got it yesterday.
We just got it yesterday, so we owe you a package. But I'm not going to lie. There for a little while, I didn't know if you were old enough to drink. So I'm kidding, totally kidding. This is Millstream Brewing Company, brewed and packaged by Millstream Brewing Company in Amana, Iowa. Oh, it's an Iowa beer.
Yep.
4.8 ABV, Ziggy Zaggy 000.
It's a cool looking can.
Yeah, it's like classic, like black and white themed.
1923 Kolsch Ale. So this should
Is that how
not
you say it?
Kolsch. How do
No,
you
it's
say
like
it?
Kelch.
Oh, it's got an O with 2 dots over the top of it.
Oh, I don't know.
What is that? What's an O with 2 dots, Zoe? What is that? How do you say that?
That's like
I
German.
have no idea.
I'm pretty sure maybe our friends at
I know
Gary
if you
Hoff
have 2 dots over the E, it makes it a real E sound.
So they didn't teach you that at Ohio State?
So does your name have 2 dots over it?
So some people put 2 dots over the E.
Zoe.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe it
when you're
is.
using, like when you're typing your name on the computer, it's a hassle. So
you're thinking it's a
just
Kelsch
leave
Ale.
that off.
Kolsch. No, because if it makes the letter sound like it is, Kolsch, like probably, yeah.
Kolsch?
Yeah.
All right. Well, nobody cares what it sounds like. They want to know what it tastes like.
I can taste pretty good.
Dave?
Wow.
And it's a beer. It's
Dave, are you feeling okay?
Yeah. It's very light. I like it. And
Yeah.
a hint of, is there a hint of fruit?
I don't know. It's got a hop on the outside, but I don't think it's very hoppy.
Are you, Zoe, a beer drinker?
So I recently have been getting that acid reflux. So I recently haven't really been able to have beer much, but I do like an IPA, and I know that they don't taste good, but I can appreciate them.
So
get
what's the Zoe drink of choice? You go to the bar, someone says I'm buying. What do you order?
Moscow Mule.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my wife's go-tos as well.
Same.
Just a regular plain one, or do you like going to those places that mix it all up and have the different flavors?
I can do a blueberry, but I just really like that ginger flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's supposed to be a Ukrainian mule now.
Oh, it is?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Isn't that what the restaurant in town, their flight is?
That's right.
Is Ukrainian mule. And
We got a Ukrainian
literally
flag.
like the week after, I was like, what is that? And it's like, I get it.
Oh, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. You're way more observant than I am.
Yeah.
All right, so we
What
got
do they call a black Russian and a white Russian?
Probably black Ukrainian and white Ukrainian. I don't know.
You're not supposed to stereotype your drinks, Dave.
Oh, fair enough. I thought we were heading down that path.
So how far did we get? We got to college. She's cheerleading at Ohio State.
She was involved on the farm.
Yeah.
Involved in the farm. She had same access to all the football stars in facilities and class schedule.
Started with a MySpace page. And then
What? Is that right?
Do you even know what MySpace is?
I never had a MySpace, but it was only because we had really shitty internet.
Yes.
So it just would have never loaded.
Hold on. When you did connect to the internet, how did it sound?
Fine, but I will tell you, the internet that I have.
Skip over it.
You mean in general, like that?
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah.
like the world's best skate around the question.
It was. It was pretty good.
No, I thought you meant our internet today. We still have sketchy internet. It's just some guy that bounces the signal off of our grain leg.
Oh.
And world peace.
It's point to point. Yeah, there's still a lot of that around
That's
here.
how Dave got internet. Dave put up a grain
is.
leg and got internet by being the tallest place in the county.
You know, there's a lot of people that are getting Elon Musk stuff now. Starlink. I'm interested
That's
to hear how
what-
that's going.
So my boyfriend, his name's also Tanner. He works from home, and we're hoping to get Starlink soon, just because ours is not that reliable.
All right, we're going to spend about 20 minutes now on this.
Tanner.
On Tanner.
What does Tanner do? What is he help you?
Hold on, because we didn't know. We're like, does she have a boyfriend? What's she got going on? You do a very good job of hiding Tanner.
Okay, well, you guys, it's complicated to explain. We're technically domestic partners. So, do you guys know what that means?
You've lived together long enough that you're brother and sister?
What?
No.
No, we're not in Alabama.
West Virginia.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were all what?
No. So it means that I could be on his health insurance. So technically he's not my boyfriend, he's my domestic partner. But if you live with someone for over a year and have shared finances and resources, you can qualify to be domestic partners, and I can hop on his health insurance.
I already like this Tanner because he sounds resourceful.
I thought it was 10 years. Wow, a year?
That's for common law marriage is 7 years. So you got a couple years until you're married.
Wonder if you can do that with
Yeah,
a
one
wife.
more
Could
year
I
till
domestic
that.
partner somebody else and get health insurance?
Isn't it's complicated in domestic partnership to Facebook relationship like selections?
two separate statuses.
And they're supposed to be two completely different connotations,
But
right?
This is both.
Because you said it's complicated, and I was ready for a different story.
Yeah.
No, it's not complicated, but he is not technically my boyfriend.
So how is he getting away with this?
So this isn't a boyfriend thing. This is like literally just like, wow, I'm confused.
I think it is a boyfriend, but she's not calling him a boyfriend for legal aspects. She's calling him domestic partners so that she gets
Yes.
insurance.
Right.
If you're my health insurance, I need you to know that we're in a domestic partnership.
But you still kiss him, so you're good. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I got it. It's friends with health benefits.
That needs to be a new status on Facebook right there.
Oh my God. That needs to be a TikTok.
That does need friends with health benefits.
How does he avoid being in your TikToks?
Okay, well, it's been strategic. So first off, he's a UX designer.
What is that?
So
Under Armour?
So if you go to a website and you click on all the buttons and you find your way around the website, he makes that. So he makes the way that you find your way around things.
It's like
I
an
think.
engineer of a website.
So like a designer, but like he's also like he made our farm logo. So he just he's not a website designer, but he designs the way he wants a website to look.
It's like you're discrediting how cool UX, whatever role it was, sounded with, no, he just makes it look cool.
So he's a web designer.
She said.
He would yell at me and say that it's more cool than that, but I don't understand it.
That's fair.
I've never heard UX before.
I'd never heard domestic partners.
We're learning.
before.
We're learning.
All right.
There's more to this than what we expected to get.
Apparently. Wow.
I still like him because he's got one of the most badass names
Oh, Tanner.
Oh my
around.
gosh.
What's his last name? Like if you got married, it's going to be Zoe what?
Well, it's Bachelor, which is like you could do a lot of hashtags with that last name, for
Zoe Bachelor.
wedding purposes.
Tanner
But,
the Bachelor.
Tanner Bachelor. What is
Yeah,
his
well,
middle name?
No, but he hates the show The Bachelor because when you would search his name before, like his information would come up, and then some guy named Tanner went on the show The Bachelor, and now you have to scroll through a whole bunch of websites to get to any information about him.
Well, no, wait a
Well,
minute.
that's
I
good.
thought he's the UX builder. Can he find a way around this?
Yeah.
Put some new buttons out there.
New buttons and find your way. We're not just a web designer. Fair enough.
Oh man, that's going to make one of the questions I had written down a little bit more difficult for you to answer. 'Cause
Okay.
Ask it.
if you've already got Tanner, I was going to ask who your TikTok crush was or who you'd fangirl over.
Oh, I mean,
Well, she's our ultimate fan.
I'm fangirling over you guys. That's for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
I definitely wanted to come on the show, but I was patiently waiting it out.
You didn't want to be one of those people that was like, "Hey, could I be on the show?"
you should come live.
Right. But when you DM'd me and asked me if I wanted to be on the show, I did like a big yes happy dance. So
My plan is working.
She didn't quite get her palms weren't sweaty.
Knees weak.
Knees weak. But she still said yes and did the arm motion.
Yes.
Did. Dang it! Too bad it wasn't like right in the middle of her doing a TikTok. And she's like, yes, Farm4Profit just asked me on this.
She's gonna make one. It's gonna be a reenactment.
Good. Weren't you the one that didn't you just put out a TikTok of like farm wives and farm spouses or something?
Oh yeah. No. So like, it always pops up around this time. Ladies making meals for their husbands in the fields and talking about all their farm wife things. And so I just searched the hashtag farm husband, and there's just none. There's nothing out there.
Did you look up the hashtag farm domestic partner?
No, I didn't even go there.
This is why we didn't know you had a boyfriend, because we thought that was like,
Yeah, we couldn't find the hashtag domestic partner.
well, we thought maybe you were looking for a farm spouse.
It might be a different name. Like, think of the first president. When we get the first female president, it's the first lady. So is it the first man? Like when you think of the first man, not the first lady.
First man?
Yeah, the first man. What if you're the first farm
Gentleman.
guy, farm man?
Well, they wouldn't be the
Hashtag
first.
farm man.
farm man.
Well, that's probably what you'd have to do.
Probably not.
Makes the muffins for you in the field.
for you.
We'll try to brand it somehow.
But I see there you need
Do
to.
they have to have a gay sound to them?
Okay, I can talk like that if I want to and be straight.
Okay.
So Tanner's gonna have to. Sorry, you're not supposed to taste it yet, Dave. That's the second beer.
I did too. Oh my!
You guys are ruining this. Okay, so sorry, Zoe. These guys, this is their first time doing a podcast. So Tanner's gonna have to bake a hot dish, and
Are you from Minnesota now?
Hot dish.
A hot dish?
yeah, tater tot hot dish.
Time out. Did that come down from Minnesota to Northwest Iowa?
Well, that's right.
It's Norwegian, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like you have a Minnesota accent when you say hot dish or whatever. I don't know. I can't say.
What do you want in the tractor?
Zoe, we're not getting anywhere with my question here.
So if he's to make you something and we're going to
Hot
make a
dish.
TikTok out of it, what kind of hot dish do you want?
Okay, well, so he does bring me food a lot. But we do that Blue Apron.
Oh yeah.
And so he gets his directions and he knows exactly how to follow them, and he does a pretty good job. But I will tell you, a few times he just doesn't understand that I need it in a big Tupperware so I can just like scoop it whenever I need to. Like one time he brought me pizza on a plate.
Oh yeah.
And I was just driving through the field with the pizza sliding all over the plate.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to have it. You're supposed to have it in your hand. The pizza slice.
Well, I had multiple slices of pizza.
So, does he also struggle like the farm wives to find what field you're in?
Oh yeah. But he does the finding my location.
So how many people?
That's smart.
It's finding. I like that.
So
How many
he's
people
not-
know how to drop a pin? Do you drop your spouse a pin, and do they know how to accept a pin?
So I have my in-laws able to do that because for a while I didn't know which field name I was in. Like,
Yeah.
I knew where I was going, but I couldn't tell you that it was
Do you know how to drop a pin?
Bobby's 80.
Yes.
All right, good.
I'm envisioning. I know she drops a pin or gives him a location, but I'm like, when I try to tell my wife, like, all right, you go west out of Sheldon. Tell me right or left.
Right or left?
God.
Is that for Tanner too, or does he know his east and west?
He typically knows this. He's
So are you Tanner 1 and he's Tanner 2?
No, I would say he's the number one Tanner
Oh,
in this situation. Well, but she does fangirl over us. So
you just said Tanner 2, so I thought that was
Tanner also. Oh, geez. Oh, this is we're gonna have to move on. So
we gotta try this beer because Dave already tried
It's horrible. It's You better try it. Here, let me
I'm gonna
explain
try
it.
it.
You can try it.
You describe it. So maybe I shouldn't send this one to you, judging. By
Oh
their-
man, pants off, dance off. Cream ale with pistachio, 1 pint.
I don't think I've ever had a beer with pistachio in it.
Mill Street Brewing
So
Company
it smells like it's a toffee
in Amana,
with
Iowa,
a little bit
Mill
of a
Street
coffee,
Yeah,
a coffee and a toffee.
Ziggy Zaggy, oi oi.
it's not terrible. When I sipped it, it was like, when you go to take a drink of like, you think it's tea and it's pop, or you think it's pop and it's tea. It was like,
It's like burnt coffee.
It's like chalky.
Yeah.
You guys are really selling this.
Oh
Yeah.
Pants off, dance
But
off.
it doesn't scream, take my pants off and
It
dance.
does not scream, take my pants
So
off, dance off.
that's the beauty is we don't have to sell it. I don't think I would recommend that anybody buy this unless you're going to put it in an Easter egg hunt for adults.
And it's got like the shocker on the front.
And you got to...
No, that's the
No, that's
not
the
the
rock
shocker.
symbol.
Oh, the pants off,
rock
dance off.
symbol.
It's a rock
That's not-
symbol. I mean,
So,
Great
yes.
can.
I can
Have
only
you-
see 3/4.
Zoe, have you seen that to where they start doing the Easter egg hunts for adults, but the dads have the 4-beer carrier, and they get to go around and they got to fill up their carrier with the beer that they find?
Yes, I did. I actually did this for my dad and Tanner a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah? That's
Yeah,
dude.
they were really excited.
So I know this
You would
is
throw this in there and somebody like, oh my God, beer. And then they drink it and be disappointed.
so this isn't a profit episode, but I saw a profitability opportunity this morning in our local town north of us, Story City. There was an ad on the Story City Buy Sale Trade Facebook page that said, hey, we're high school kids. If you'd like us to go place your eggs out around your yard, we'll charge you $1 an egg, and it's a minimum of $25. And they were getting a ton of responses to do it. They'll fill the eggs with candy and everything for you, $1 an egg.
Sounds like a deal.
I think this is a great entrepreneurial venture for high school kids.
One
Except for
weekend a
it's
year.
one day.
One day, and they're going to be around people with flashlights, and yeah,
This is so bad. I am not finishing
it's
this.
so bad.
Oh, you can do it. I believe in you.
So I'm so lost, and I apologize, Zoe.
So back, Ohio State cheerleading and TikToking. Okay, here we
You
go.
came back to the farm. You've got a domestic partner that has been held secret from everybody on TikTok.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We just blew that up. Sorry, Tanner. You are in your first year of taking over the farm for yourself, but this is your 6th year farming full time?
Yes. So I just count it like my full time after I graduated college. And so I think I worked for my dad for 2 years as a salary employee. And then we made an LLC. We were going to run it for 5 years. We decided to run it for only 3 years. So we ended that in December, and then I bought him out in January.
So, did you have some sort of succession planning, all this, or did you just come up with it yourself?
No, so this has been in the works since really like when I was in high school, because my dad had an older style tractors, and he was thinking, okay, I can either maintain this equipment and, farm the acres I own and not kind of grow the business, or if you want to come back to the farm, I need to update equipment and, keep everything up to date. So really it's been in the works for a pretty long time.
So are you an only child?
No, I'm a middle child. I have an older brother, and he, have you guys heard about those, the avian flu in the chicken barns?
Yeah.
He studies that.
Oh, he studies it.
Yeah, he predicts the migrations of birds.
So how bad is
So-
it going to get?
Pretty bad, I think.
Vilsack told us it wasn't.
What does he know?
He doesn't.
He's not a scientist. He's just
He's
politician.
not a scientist.
So he'd be
but
like a
yeah, so-
biologist. Is that what he'd do?
So he's an ornithologist,
Oh,
which is
what?
the study of birds.
Ornithologist.
So younger brother or sister?
Older brother, and then younger sister. I also have my sister's named Kenzie. She lives in New York City, and she works at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
what?
So
A scientist,
very
an
different
artist,
kids.
and a
We got
farmer.
a UX designer, which makes buttons on a website, an ornithologist who tells us where the bird flu is going, and someone who could
Works at a
actually
museum.
look at art and see something in it.
yeah, so she wants to be a museum curator.
Curator.
So like,
There's the word I was looking for.
struggling
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you guys make this? You're coming back to the farm. How is it fair or equitable between your brothers and sisters?
Okay, so my dad still owns all of the land.
Okay.
So he gave me half of the equipment as okay, we need to get you started in farming. So I was gifted half of the equipment into this LLC. And then I had to buy out his portion of the equipment moving forward, his half of the grain, all the stuff that was in the LLC. So he helped me out there,
Yep.
but we'll get all of the land split 3 ways.
Okay. So they're going to get their share of land when that time comes.
So
Okay.
since farmland prices are up, did your dad charge you more cash rent?
Yeah, he took competitive prices. So yeah, he's not cutting me a deal there.
Come on.
You say that like he shouldn't.
I mean, it'd be nice.
But then when they go back down, don't you want him to lower it?
Yeah, I don't know. he's just in the corner. He's like that's shaking his head.
Just say, we're not going to share crop. No.
That's cool. So this is your first year calling all the shots. Obviously not your first year you've paid attention to the details, right?
Right. Yes.
So you probably had a ton of pressure in cheerleading. I'm guessing there's a little bit more pressure on farming than cheerleading. And because you said 8th generation, so are you the 9th or the 8th?
I am the 8th.
You're the 8th. So you got 7 generations counting on you to not screw up.
Yeah, I am a very stressed person.
Way to go, Dave. You just piled on.
So how do you deal with that stress?
TikTok.
I work out a lot. I do have a therapist, so that helps.
And she listens to the Farm4Profit
And she's got Tanner.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes.
podcast. Of course.
She's got a Tanner.
The podcast.
Just like you guys. You have a Tanner.
Oh,
We need a therapist that comes in here and does like for us.
We do need a therapist. Judging by the way this show started.
Yeah.
So corn and beans this year, like any predictions for this year? Like you got 220 bushel corn.
They ain't even planted yet.
I know. So I'm
Right.
asking predictions. Like what's your expectations? Surely
goals?
you've planned this out. What are your goals?
I mean, I'd love to knock it out of the water. I got all of my cost of productions ready, so I know what I need to hit. I need to hit over. I only need corn over 150 bushels an acre to make money at today's prices.
Sounds pretty good, and you probably got crop insurance that insures you over that, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So it is scary with all these high prices and the fertilizer and stuff going way up, but knock on wood, if everything goes smoothly and prices stay where they are, we'll be fine.
So who helps you make all these decisions? You got a team. Who's your team?
So obviously, so my dad's still around. He's still showing up, hanging out. And then I have a guy that works for me named JD, and he is like a triple threat. He is a mechanic. He used to work at a co-op buying their grain, so he has good input there, and he's a workhorse. So
Man, if only he was named Tanner.
I listen to them.
What's his phone number? We could use one of him.
What's his phone number?
I'm not giving that out.
That's pretty smart. So your dad's around, and I feel like you're discrediting the amount of a resource that your dad is.
Right. Yeah. No, he tells me what I should do, and I listen.
He's in the room, so I gotta be PC here. I can't say
So
anything.
she's tearing up.
No, it's got to be good to have him around, and obviously he's done it for a long time, and be a good resource. So
Yes, and this will be his 50th season, so
Oh,
we've hit a
congrats,
milestone.
Dad. Absolutely. That's big. That's a big time. So with this, growing up on the farm, do you have a favorite task? Do you have a favorite job that you're not going to let anybody else do because you love doing it?
Yeah, I really like hauling grain because I can listen to podcasts all day and I don't have to talk to anyone. But it's funny. I posted a few TikToks of me hauling and stuff, and people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be managing. Your time's more valuable than sitting in the semi." But it's what I enjoy doing, so I'm gonna do it.
And why can't you still manage from the semi?
Well, right, you can.
isn't it just hilarious how many people think that they need to get on there and give bad comments and I get, it must be nice. You bet your daddy bought that, all that crap. It's just like, really? You had the time in your day to do that?
Right, and that's another perspective. I hope nobody gives you any crap for how your dad helped you get started with this LLC, because to him, what you're providing is invaluable as well. You know the family goal. You already have insight. You are able to do and willing to do more than any employee probably would. And how do you put a dollar figure on that?
Yeah. Well, and I think it is important to acknowledge, like, I 100% have a leg up. Yes, he's not giving me everything, but I'm taking over a functioning business. I'm not scrapping all this stuff together by myself.
Yeah. I mean, that's how most agriculture, if you don't have some sort of a leg up, I mean, that's why first generation farmers are so rare, because they're not getting a leg up. I mean, there has to be, because it's so expensive. The barrier to entry is ridiculous. You know, you wouldn't have been able to buy out half of his equipment if he didn't give you half, right? Like, it's nuts.
Well, it's the same way with the business. A plumbing company, a dirt moving company. If your parents or somebody that helped you get started didn't do it before you, you have a much larger barrier to entry.
Yeah. And it's just so interesting to see all the different ways to do it, because we're working on some succession planning for the type stuff for the podcast that's coming up, and just there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. And this is one that I hadn't heard before. Pretty cool.
What is not working? Have you observed anything in the last 24 months that you're like, we're not going to do that anymore?
No, not really. With, everything going crazy with prices and stuff, like I'm not trying anything crazy new. I really want to kind of take a year or two at least of just doing everything the way we've done it before to really understand and then start experimenting.
That's fair. I don't think that's a bad decision making coming from the banker, who's the most conservative one in the room.
You are very conservative. So how did? Oh, you want to try that? Yeah, let's try it.
All right.
This is the last one?
This is probably, guys and girls that are listening to this, probably our worst beer drink transition show. Because
I didn't try this one early.
you haven't yet? Okay.
Oh, it smells good though.
Oh,
We have talked about Sauza before. This is another one of those agave cocktails. Inspired. Black Cherry Smash.
I think we did try that one last
We
time.
did?
I think so.
I don't know. Tastes like a White Claw.
Dave wasn't here, though.
It's good though.
That's right.
It's carbonated strawberry.
It's cherry. It's
kind
not
of
strawberry.
It's kind of a syrup.
Cherry.
Sweetened with agave nectar. So you're a mule girl, but do you do the White Claws, the skinny cans?
Right when they came out, I was all in, but now I drink too much like bubbly water and LaCroix and all those things that I got to just stick to the normal water. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What does Tanner drink?
He likes Woodford Reserve.
Ah, we got some of that. Tanner number 2 is reaching for something. Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, ding dong.
Yep.
Tanner pulled out a bottle of Woodford Reserve.
Just so happened to have it in my back pocket
For just such occasion.
for just such occasion.
I'm having a squirrel moment.
All right, squirrel away. That's
So
that's what the beer breaks are for.
How far was college from the farm?
How far away? Like an hour.
Like an hour. So did you live? You had to live on campus probably, or close to it. Mm-hmm. How is the atmosphere at Ohio State? Fun?
Oh yeah, very fun.
Okay.
Very rowdy.
Very rowdy.
I have some friends in Iowa that came from Ohio State, and they still have the Ohio State sticker on their car, and they work at Iowa State.
I know who you're talking about.
It's very interesting.
So if I wanted to go have a good time at the college, what street am I going to? Is there one street like Ames has Welsh?
High Street.
High
It's
Street.
Street.
Okay.
Yep.
That was my squirrel moment. I just wanted to know. So next time I'm in the area.
Did you meet Tanner at Ohio State?
Yes. So his roommate in college was on the cheer team, so I met him that way. Because they're guy cheerleaders.
I always figured that the cheerleaders would go for like the football players or the basketball players or whoever,
A lot of the cheerleaders go for Brutus,
Oh, that's the
Mascot.
yeah.
the mascot. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
The Buckeye.
Why do
Yeah.
the cheerleaders go for Brutus? Is the man inside of Brutus like
Athletic?
desirable?
I mean,
We don't talk about Brutus. No.
I don't know. Usually the person's pretty darn funny, and oftentimes cheerleaders do try out for Brutus, so it's kind of just like and you spend a lot of time with Brutus.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, because usually it's a lot of people, isn't it? Several people that go in the mascot?
No comment.
Yeah.
I don't think we share the information.
That's
we
funny.
don't. First rule about those, we don't talk about
We
those.
don't talk about cheer. Yeah, first rule about cheerleading is we don't talk about cheerleading. So
or mascots.
we talked about what your favorite task is. What is scaring the ever-living daylights out of you here in year one?
My bank loans. Just making sure it all cash flows. And, people talk about having student debt. You could go to the most expensive college for 10 years and not have that much debt.
Yeah. And it's a crazy time to be taking over.
Little
because
risky.
I mean, yes, you can pencil out a profit, but the volatility is off the charts.
Yep.
So how do I provide perspective right now without knowing who your banker is, that bank loans are not meant to put pressure on you? That there's more than one person that has reviewed your loan and approved it that believes in you, your abilities, and your projected profitability. I understand and I appreciate that you have concerns about paying it back, and that is a goal of yours and a focus. But I don't ever like my customers to feel like I don't want them to think about me that much. Does that make sense? You run your business. Don't run it carefree. Don't willy-nilly, but have less weight on your shoulder from the bank, because you'll be more successful and probably make better decisions if you aren't worried about what I'm going to do to you. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, like not having a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're getting at? Yeah.
I wonder if
that
that's
makes sense.
not a mentality of farmers, because coming into a different business end, I don't like any debt, and I've never had an operating loan. If I couldn't make it jive with the cash I had, I never would have thought to get an operating loan. But then I see people get operating loans that are just huge, and I'm thinking, if you didn't have that to start with, how did you, but a different mindset. I never
Dave
thought
Ramsey has ruined people's mindset.
We've talked about that,
on
yeah.
debt, because, and I was the same way. I'm like, I'm going to just pay it off as soon as I can. I'm going to pay extra and do that and get, refinance and cut my loan in half. And it's like, well, good debt is good debt. Mm-hmm. If it's cheap interest, use other people's money and take your money and make way more elsewhere. But
Right.
It's hard to get that through your head.
So I guess that was just my PSA is I'm glad that you care about it, but don't stress out about it. I certainly don't want it to be your number one stressor going into this year. So I got faith in you, and
I'll tell you why.
I haven't even looked at it.
I'll tell you why. We don't want to think about you either, but you take me golfing, take me out to lunch, and then all of a sudden when things go south, you're be over at my house breaking my kneecaps, asking for money.
breaking my kneecaps.
We've seen movies.
I'll just bring a creeper and have you step on it.
We've seen the movies.
Okay. Now we'll move on to a less sober topic, because everybody loves talking about banking. But outside of farming and worrying about your finances, do you do anything for fun?
Do I do anything for fun? I am a hobby jumper. I will get really into something and then move on to the next thing. So I got really into biking last year. And then that transitioned into getting really into TikTok. One time my hobby was cross stitching. That was a weird phase.
But not cross-fitting.
Not crossfitting.
So you like farm fitness, but not crossfitting.
I don't know. I feel like CrossFit is kind of like has a cult following.
That's
You guys notice that?
we just
I don't.
no one rule about CrossFit. We got to talk about CrossFit.
Is Chuck done a cartwheel tag yet?
I don't think he has. I don't know. I heard a lot of people say they're gonna send one in, but I'm still waiting on a few.
That's fair. I was expecting like rock climbing and going hiking and doing all these.
When she said hobby jumper, I was like, what is,
Yes.
you jump for a hobby? Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
No, I just really focus on one thing and then the next.
Well, you were in crypto for a while, or maybe you still are.
I still am a little bit, yeah. But I was riding that wave. I was bragging it up before this last big dip. I'm not talking about it too much right now.
Just hold on it. Hold on it. It'll come back.
hodl. Mm-hmm. That's a HODL.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you take Tanner out? I mean, is that a hobby that you go out to eat or something?
Yeah. Well, and we were really like going back to Columbus. It's only an hour away. Around here, there's 3 restaurants in town. And we've tried everything on the menu. So we like kind of heading that way and hanging out with people our own age.
You got to make Tanner more public, because then you can put your Venmo out on your profile and everybody can send you money to go out on dates.
I think she has her Venmo on her
Is it?
her TikTok.
Do people?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do because people were donating some money.
For feet
We always
pics?
go to Lulu's, which is a restaurant in town, and people were sending tips in
Oh,
for
that's
our
right.
waitress.
That's right. I do remember that.
So it is still over there. But yeah, no, Tanner has not made it to the TikTok. And I don't know if he will or not, because whenever I take him to like farming dinners and stuff like that, people automatically assume he's the farmer and I'm the farm wife. And that pisses me off. So
You got to get him to. You got to get him to talk and interject you into the conversation, because my wife and I do that all the time. But she's the cattle behind the hat, but I'll have a cowboy hat on, and somebody will be like, "Oh, you have cattle? Yeah, we have Semitol." And they're like, "Oh, what breed?" And I'll like literally look to her and put my hand up, like ask her, and then she'll answer, and they'll turn right back to me. So when are you going to calve this year? You know, and then I'll literally turn to her and I'll do this, and it pisses her off every time. But I got to where I do that 3 times and then just walk out of the conversation, so that she will continue the conversation. So you got to get Tanner to do that. And then they're like, "Oh, hi." And then they keep talking with her.
And I don't envy you in that situation, because it is unfortunately a stereotype that would be hard for anybody to break. But now I'm curious, how did you get started on TikTok, and what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve using that platform and your following?
So you guys will probably laugh at this, but I didn't know Farm Talk was a thing until I started posting videos. I thought I had this original idea. Because I knew who Laura Farms was on YouTube just from, Googling how to fix stuff on machinery.
Yep.
And I had heard of the Millennial Farmer, but my TikTok algorithm was dogs and teachers for like years.
And
I got
teachers?
Teachers. Yeah, I have a buddy from college. He's a big teacher TikToker. And so I was just getting all of the teaching videos.
Teacher talk.
Yeah, so like all of 2020 when people joined Farm Talk, I was not there. And it wasn't until I started posting my own videos that I started seeing other people's videos and realized I was not the first person to have this idea.
Yeah, unfortunately, you were not original.
No, was not. Trying to put my own original spin on things, but.
So now, looking forward from this day on, when you make a TikTok, is there a goal in mind, or are you just trying to be entertaining?
I'm trying to be entertaining. It would be nice to grow, and I've had some cool opportunities to do some monetization here and there. I'm not going to quit my day job anytime soon to pursue influencing full time, if you will.
But you have received opportunities.
Yes,
I
have.
Can you talk about them?
Yeah, so I'm working with Precision Planting right now, get people those free flagging emergence kits. And then I've worked with Bex on getting people to go to some meetings. And then hopefully this spring, I'm going to have someone from Bex come out, and she's going to ride around with me for a day or two and get some content created.
I got a good Bex story. So I don't sell Bex. I sell a different seed brand. And my brother and I were loading corn last week, and I felt so bad. The Bex guys rolled up, and it had to be the worst. As a salesperson, I felt terrible for them, although I was mad because the sump was starting to run out. And so my brother went and opened the outside sump, and my brother, not being around the farm very much, just cranked open the outside sump when stuff's still going to the center sump a little bit and clogged the bin. And I'm sitting here talking to these guys, and the belt on the auger just smoked.
Sweet, yeah.
Just smoked. And I'm just like, well, guys, sorry. gotta go. I'm just like, and that was the first time meeting them. They were out, trying to find prospects.
Was there swear words in there too? Well, sorry. What the?
I was pretty proud of myself. I kept pretty calm, and I actually said, the guy gave me his card, and I sent him a picture. I said, hey, it only took 10 minutes. We're back up and running. Like that.
Turn around and come back and see me?
That had to suck.
Right.
No, I mean, as a sales guy, I felt for him.
But shouldn't they also look up to see that you sell Hogemeyer seed?
Yeah, they were prospecting because they want people to sell their seed. So, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Is that what I need to do?
No, you don't want to sell seed. I'm sorry, I'm not jumping over.
Zoe, you mentioned that corn and beans, and it's kind of boring. Have you ever thought about doing something like that and including a dealership or a sales side?
No,
I would say don't do it. If you're making it on your own.
Yeah, I like the simplicity. You know, I'm not going to complain. You know, people all, you know, today I posted a TikTok saying there's nothing to do around the farm. And people say, well, how about have livestock? How about do this? How about do that? I enjoy the simplicity of I am a grain farmer. I don't have 1,000 irons in the fire. Kind of like keeping it simple.
That's fair. And there's a lot to be said around that because we don't do that.
That being said, I have 2 part-time jobs. So
What?
There's a hashtag
Why did it
for you.
take us 53 minutes to figure out that you've got more to Zoe than what we know? What are your part-time jobs?
coaching, cheerleading, and gymnastics, and so yeah.
That's cool.
That is.
It makes a lot of sense.
Those are nice because they're kind of mindless not mindless, but I just show up, do my work, and can leave.
Yeah,
Whereas
and
farming, it's 24/7 thinking in my head about what needs to get done.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense, obviously, as a college cheerleader that has been through it. I mean, it probably comes second nature to go teach kids
Yeah.
the ropes, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
And if you have to make them a website, Tanner can
Not a website, just the buttons.
add buttons to make it more navigable.
We might need buttons on our website.
I think you should make a shirt and sell some swag, and it says "Kiss Farming." Just make like lips, and then it could be your picture or something, and then people buy your shirt, and it's just keep it simple, stupid farming. Because you're just talking about keeping it simple, grain farming, but then you got swag.
I thought you were going to go a shirt with buttons on it
No.
and say I'm a UX person.
Oh, I'm a UX. You can find the button.
Just got all these
no,
buttons.
No, it's not the button.
The buttons are not in order of where they should be to keep your shirt closed. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. No gig line.
It's not going to sell at all like not going to sell at all like the Kiss Me shirt or whatever you said.
the Kiss shirt.
Well, you said before we got on the show that you're a super fan, and you listened to almost every one of our episodes, which sounds, I don't know how you could have done that if you just started listening a while
How
ago.
bad did we sound in the beginning? Yeah.
I listen at the 1.5 speed, so you can get a lot of episodes in.
Oh, we sound so much better on 1.5 speed.
We
sound
do.
a lot smarter. Like it's rapid, like we know.
Like dig 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 dig
Yeah.
dig dig.
Yeah, we sound like Dave.
Yeah, so since you're a super fan, do you have any questions or anything that you want to ask us?
Oh man,
Or criticism.
can I?
Yeah, what could we do? better?
Are we gonna really air this episode?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you ever not aired an episode?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I shouldn't have said it that way. I really should not have responded like that. Yes, unfortunately, not everything
He
makes
said,
it.
"Oh yeah," because the first couple I did were pretty bad.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
and
thanks for covering me
But
up.
there was an episode or two last year you didn't release.
You're not helping.
No way to put a timestamp on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping when I jump off of this, I see it uploaded. We'll say that.
Boy, that sucked. Let's can that.
I will.
Did the person know it was going poorly?
Most don't.
No.
So you'll never know until this is released.
Or never released.
And Tanner's really good at making everybody sound like the experts that they are.
I can
And-
salvage a lot.
But sometimes people aren't as bubbly as others when you talk. So they're nervous or something. So we try to pull it out of them. We normally do.
Yeah, it certainly not relies. It falls on our shoulders to make a show good. Yeah.
Oh, I got one. How do you still have a pig from 10
Oh
years
my
ago?
gosh. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. My mom's a vegetarian. We'll just throw that out there.
Okay.
So there was a time when my dad didn't have a hip, and so my mom was in charge of the.
We're 57 minutes in, and we learned that your mom's a vegetarian and your dad doesn't have a hip.
He currently he has a hip. There's been over like a year and a half time when he just hasn't had a hip inside of his body.
I didn't know that was possible.
Just trying to do that TikTok
Yeah.
with
Continue.
no hands and a cartwheel, I guess.
Cartwheel.
Write that down.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, lots of hips he's had. But so my mom was in charge of our fair projects. In charge of making sure we did our fair projects. And my sister overfed a pig some Paline. If you guys know what that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
It got sick, had like a little situation. So we were not going to take that pig to the fair. And my mom said, if I can save this pig, I'm keeping it. and we've had it 10 years, and it had a situation last week. It was not doing well, but she's good now.
Should have been a vet.
So she, why haven't you bred her and had more pigs?
I don't want pigs.
I don't know how I missed
Its
this.
name,
So
her name is Peaches.
Yep.
What's the one on Charlotte's Web? What was that pig's name?
She's a big girl. She's a big girl.
what is Charlotte's Web?
Babe.
Just
No, that's the other movie.
Oh.
That's
just
Babe.
one pig that they kept from a fair.
Or is it Babe?
I don't know. Anyway, no. So you had a TikTok, I think, today or something asking about trying to get the pig smell out of your boots.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
How
I'm
do you do
never changing into the right attire.
I don't know that you get it out of your boots, which is
Okay,
why.
well,
Everybody has more than one pair of boots.
Yeah.
so I got
Wilbur.
38 different people telling me how you can get it out of your boots. I had 25 people tell me I need to get new boots. And I had 9 different people tell me I need to burn my boots.
You only
I
have
like how
to
you have this,
burn
like,
them.
Statistically charted. So, I mean, I have pigs in a barn, so I have separate boots for biosecurity, but also because I don't want to stink all day. But like, I have to shower in and out. I use apple cider vinegar, shampoo in, and then like take a capful of apple cider vinegar and put in, and then wash your hair again.
No, I've never smelled pigs on you before.
Hey, good job, Corey.
I never thought about that.
Mickey, you clap for that one.
But I smell cattle on my wife all the time. Maybe
Well, you're probably a lot closer.
a lot closer to her. Yeah.
You said it.
But she doesn't use apple cider vinegar. Maybe I need to put that in her.
That's what I use. I don't know. My phone definitely smells it like it. I probably need to wash that more. Apple cider vinegar, I don't know if it works or if it just masks the smell and smells like something completely weird and different.
Burns your nostrils.
Right.
Yeah.
So we cut you off. You asked one question. Are there more Superfan Zoe questions?
I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure I'm going to be kicking myself later.
Well, that's fine. You can ask Corey.
Are you coming to Iowa at all this year, like Farm Progress Show or anything like that?
I don't have any plans to.
Okay. If you ever do, look us up. We're right in the middle.
Right in the
Okey-dokey.
middle.
So any crazy, he uses apple cider vinegar. Any crazy habits that you learned being a cheerleader that the normal world wouldn't know about?
How do you trust? Like, you get thrown up in the air and then you land back on like some guy's like pinky. I'm just like, how the hell? Like,
Yes, on
there's
his
got to be a
pinky.
lot of falling. Have you ever been injured? Besides your hand, like, have you ever been fallen on your head?
Yeah, no, I've fallen a whole bunch of times. Not badly. I watched someone paralyze themselves.
Ouch.
I've watched a whole bunch of concussions. Yeah, I've seen some like kind of gnarly stuff, but
Is that like a fraternity? Are you like, do you keep up with a lot of your cheerleading friends that you had from college and all that?
yes. And I was roommates with a few, and we're all still really, really close. And they do an alumni game every year, so we'll go down to that, and it's really funny. There's like 80-year-old women who cheered way back in the day, and they'll still go all out doing their routines. It's pretty.
They get
interesting
thrown
to
up.
watch.
80-year-olds get thrown up in the air.
Not usually in the air.
So did you ever have a thought to be a gymnast, like Olympics, like go farther?
I wasn't that good. You can pretty much you can be on an upward trajectory in gymnastics, and once you hit a certain point, if you switch to cheerleading, you can be really, really good at cheerleading as compared to an average gymnast, if that makes sense.
I get it. I do. So as Superfan Zoe, you know that there is a question at the end of every show, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am prepared.
Oh, you are? So I don't even get to... You're going to have to let me stall.
Okay.
Because just so you remember, Salford has an exclusive prize for Farm4Profit listeners. So you go to salfordgroup.com/farm4profit, and that is where you can find the link to register. Or on social media, if you look, we will tag them in. But you have the chance to win an Orion Custom Salford Cooler prize package, which is perfect as the spring starts to heat up. you can look cool, keeping your beers cool while you feel your best and farm your best. So
Is
it's
that like one of those,
salfordgroup.com/farm4profit.
Is that like a Yeti or like?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's better than a Yeti.
Better than Yeti. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
salfordgroup.com/farm4profit. Well, thanks for allowing me to stall when I didn't need to, superfan.
Still got to ask a question.
What do you know now that you wish you'd have known sooner?
Okay, I'm just stealing this from my dad. He always says, I wish I knew it was all going to work out. So from now on, I am just assuming that the farming is going to work out. It's all going to work. It's going to be all good. I'm just going to assume that for now.
I really like that one today.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's really good. It is all going to work out, Dave. I want to ask a question for Dave real quick while you play some free music.
Yep.
What is land prices in Ohio around you? Up, down?
So we have a few really big guys in our area, and they just set whatever the price they want. They can.
Really? So $10,000 an acre, will that buy higher in Ohio?
A little more than that. Yep. I got some friends that auction in Ohio, and they've been selling for just very similar to what we are, maybe 2,000 less an acre. So not quite as much. I'm 14, 15s.
Cool. All right. Well, sorry to interject in the end. I was just curious.
No, there's
I got to bring the mood down right there at the end.
Oh, that's good, man. All that money you can make.
Hey, no, I don't know. That's good for Mickey, your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, we can bring the vibes back up with Beach Party by Anton Vlaslov.
Pants off, dance off with cream ale pistachio.
Crack-a-Dole Distributing Beer. You deserve it.
Stop. Zoe, thank you so much, Superfan Zoe, for being a guest on the podcast. How do people find you if they want to learn more about Tanner, the UX designer?
You can find me on TikTok at FarmwithZoe. I'm also on Instagram too, so you can find me there.
All right. Thank you. This has been a blast. I promise this show will air.
I'll be anxiously waiting.
Unless you forgot to record this one.
I'm still
All
not
right.
convinced.
Send us out, Corey.
Crack-a-Dole Distributing Beer. Mix a drink. You deserve it.